Hello, and today we're going to be looking at the Dark Magician Girl deck I was playing the other day. It's a 43 card deck. It's got all its hand traps and everything in. So, without further ado, let's go into it and I'll talk about some of the strategies of this deck. So, first off, monsters. Two Dark Magician Girls. That's the main boss monster in the main deck. It gets 300 attack for every Dark Magician, but there's one. But we'll see that later. But it's just a nice monster to play with. And we've got three of the Chocolate Magician Girls. This is probably the main monster you want to be starting with, which lights the three off. Once per turn, you can discard a card to draw one, and if it's if it's targeted for attack, you can summon one from graveyard and half its attack. I'll get more than that later. Then we have two Apple Magician Girls. Again, this is a two off because we don't want to be seeing it as often, but if it's targeted for attack, you can summon a spellcaster from hand and change it to that attack and half it again. If it's destroyed by battle card effect, you could add three other Magician Girl monsters with different names from graveyard back to hand. Then we have two Lemon Magician Girl. This contributes a Magician Girl to accept another Lemon Magician Girl to add a spellcaster monster from deck to hand. If it's targeted for attack, you can special summon a spellcaster from hand, but if it's got any effects, they are negated. Then you change the attack to that one and half its attack, and half the attack of the monster. You might be able to see where there's a little chain going. And we've got two Berry Magician Girl. If it's normal summoned, you add a Magician Girl monster from deck to hand. And if it's when an opponent activates a card or effect that targets this during either player's turn or it's targeted for attack, you can change this card's battle position to special summon a Magician Girl from deck, except Berry. One Kiwi Magician Girl. This, on either player's turn, can be discarded, and all Magician Girl monsters currently control gain 300 attack and defense for each Magician Girl monster with different names on field and graveyard until end of turn. And if it's on the field, spellcaster type monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects. Then we have Palladium Oracle Mana. Some of you might be familiar with Mahad in Dark Magician deck, but this one is when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets one spellcaster monster you control, no other cards. While this is in your hand or graveyard, it's a quick effect special summon. Once per turn, and it has a level 7 or higher spell caster monster you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. And if this is destroyed by a battle card effect, you can special summon Dark Magician Girl from hand, deck, or graveyard. Then we have one Apprentice Illusion Magician. You can discard a card to special summon from hand, so again it can unbrick your hand a bit. If it's normal or special, you can add a Dark Magician from deck to hand, and if you have the Dark Spellcaster monster battles an opponent monster as a quick effect, you can send this card from hand or face up in the field to graveyard. That monster gains 2000 attack and defense during that damage calc only. One Dark Magician. It helps boost Dark Magician Girl and can help you with some of the extra deck. Two Tiamat the United Dragon. By sending Spellcaster or Spell Trap them into Dark Magician from hand, face up the field to graveyard, you can special summon this card. And once per turn during your main phase, you can fusion summon a fusion monster from extra deck using monsters from hand or field as material, including a Spellcaster monster, and can only use each effect of Tier Machine United. So it's really nice. It's a 2/8 monster, and it's a fusion spell, effectively. 3 Ash Blossom, just standard hand trap. 3 Drawn Lockbird, really nice this format. 2 Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion to stop stuff like adding cards back from graveyard to hand, deck or extra deck, special summoning monsters from graveyard or banishing cards from graveyard. Again, really some really good matchups against decks at the moment. Onto the spells. We have 1 Magician Salvation. We're not searching Eternal Soul with this. We are using it for the, if I have a Dark Magician or Dark Magician on the field, I target that one on the field, target the other one in the graveyard, and summon that one from graveyard. Magic Formula. This is an equip spell specifically for Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician. If it's equipped to them, they gain 700 attack. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you gain 1000 life points, so it's life gain as well. 2 Dark Burning attack. If you control Dark Magician Girl, you destroy all phase-up monsters your opponent controls, so it's a kind of Rigeki. We have 2 Dark Burning magic. Quick play spell. If your opponent controls, so if you control monsters, whose original names are Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl, destroy all cards your opponent controls, so it's a lightning storm with both activated at once, effectively. Secrets of Dark Magic at 1. This lets me fusion summon from extra deck using hands or field, including Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. It's also just let you ritual summon, but I'm not playing Illusion, so I don't need the ritual spell. 2 Claw of Hermos. Using dragons, I can use this to fusion summon. I'll get more into that in a minute. 1 Fang of Critias. Use it sending a trap that mentions material, and this I can fusion summon. Marginalized Fusion lets me banish monsters from field or graveyard to special summon a spellcaster. I'll go into that in a minute. Foolish Burial. Send a monster from deck to graveyard, so the target is normally Dark Magician. Terraforming to get access to field spell. The other field spell I want, Secret Village of the Spellcasters, just stops your opponent setting up spells if they don't have a spellcaster. Onto the traps. 3 Imperm, just a nice hand trap, and 1 Mirror Force. When your opponent wants to declare attack, destroy all your opponent's attack position monsters. This is also the trap that works with Fang of Critias, as I'll get onto now. This is with the extra deck. This is not a complete extra deck, but you'll see what we're going for. Wee Witch Apprentice. 2 dark monsters. All dark monsters in the field gain 500 attack defense, and all light monsters in the field lose 400 attack and defense. If it's destroyed by a battle card effect, you target a dark monster in your graveyard to add it back to hand. It's a once per turn. Selene, Queen of Master Magicians. You play spell counters equal to the number of spells on the field and in the graveyards. I'm not worrying about the Enderman bit. But once per turn during the main phase, quick effect, you can move 3 spell counters to special summon a spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. To assume this card point, so you can get yourself out an extra, get your spellcaster back. Garura, Wings of Resonant Life. 2 monsters with the same type and attribute but different names. Battle damage your opponent takes from battles involving this card is doubled. If this card is sent to graveyard, you can draw a card. This is a super poly target to break opponent's boards. Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. Just needs Dark Magician Girl and a dragon. It's a quick effect. You can send a card from hand to graveyard to target a face-up card on the field to destroy that target. Red Ice Black Dragon Sword. This is the card that needs the Claw of Hermos and a dragon. For this card's special summon, you target one other face-up monster on the field to equip this card to it to gain 1000 attack and then 500 attack defense for each dragon-type monster on the field and in the graveyards. So this counts for both fields. This is also a mandatory effect. This means if you're going second and you've made this first, it will equip itself to an opponent's monster. So just watch out for that. Mirror Force Dragon made by using the Fang of Critias and Mirror Force. A non-once per turn, when a monster you control is targeted for attack or by an opponent's card effect, except during damage step, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. So it's just a nice board wipe as a monster. The Dark Magicians, you just need a Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl plus a spell or a spellcaster. Once per turn, spell or trap card is activated. You can draw a card, and if it's a spell or trap, you can set it straight away. And if it's a quick play or a trap, it is allowed to be activated that turn. And if it's destroyed, you summon the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl from hand, deck, or graveyard. 2 Amulet Dragons. These Dark Magician and the Dragon Monster. Just in case you've got Dark Magician in hand, you against spell heavy decks. If it's special summoned, you target any number of spells in any graveyards. Banish those targets, and if you do, this card gains 100 attack for each spell banished by this effect. And if it's destroyed, you can target a spellcaster monster in your graveyard to special summon. Dragoon. Red Ice Dark Dragoon. These Dark Magician and Red Ice Black Dragon or a Dragon Effect monster. We're just going off Dragon Effect monsters. So, you can destroy one monster your opponent during your main phase. You can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster's original attack. You can do this a number of times for the number of normal monsters used as its fusion material, so 1. If you have Dark Magician and Red Ice Black Dragon, it would get you 2 of those, but 1's fine. Because this is cannot be destroyed by card effects, and neither player can target this card with card effects. His other ability, Quick Effect, discard a card to negate an activation, and if you do, destroy that card, and if you do that, it gains 1000 attack, and it's a permanent life attack gain. So it's already 3000, so this goes up quite quickly. And then we have Quintet Magician. 5 spellcasters. If this card is fusion summoned using 5 spellcasters with different names, you destroy all cards your opponent controls. This face-up card on the field cannot be tributed nor used as fusion material, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. This is what we're using Marginalized Fusion for, to just try and get this out, because it's a 4500 attack. Board wipe. Really good. That's the extra deck. The side deck, I had one for this. 3D Barrier, preferably not calling fusion, but it can interrupt opponents' decks. 2 Solemn Strike. Again, monsters being special summoned or monster effect is activated, pay 1500 life to negate the summon activation, and then if that's successful, you destroy the card. Solemn Warnings. 3 of them. Monster will be summoned or when a spell, trap card or monster effect is activated. That includes an effect that special summons a monster. You can pay 2000 to negate the summon activation to destroy the card. 3 Artifact Lancier to stop banishments happening for a turn. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, just as a board wipe. And 3 Super Poly. The aim is I'm going to add some more Super Poly targets to my extra deck at some point. So, I said there was you could see where combo was going. And let me... So you just need something like a Lemon Magician Girl, a Dark Magician Girl, a Chocolate Magician Girl. I'm going to give myself Kiwi as well. So, I've got... That's how So I've got these. I've got Chocolate Magician Girl on the field, Lemon in hand, Dark Magician Girl in hand. And I've got to get an Apple Magician Girl. And an Apple Magician Girl in the graveyard. They target Chocolate Magician Girl for attack. I go, Magician Girl effect. Half its life point, summon, Apple Magician Girl. Half its life points, it's now attacking to Apple Magician Girl. If immediately, effect of Apple Magician Girl, summon Lemon Magician Girl. So it's had its attacker halved twice now by summon negate. I bring up Dark Magician Girl. And then I discard this to boost the attack of the Magician Girls by 3, 6, 9, 1,500 for this. So to have its attack boosted, and my opponent's monsters had it's halved 3 times, meaning it's now virtually impossible for them to beat over, which means we've got a nice little win condition going on there. So that's always a fun little play you can do with these cards. Because it auto targets the next card, they automatically proc off each other, which is really nice because then your opponent kind of sits there and can't really do anything because it's technically in the damage step, unless they've got cards that can. It's a fun deck. It did all right. I was testing against DDDs, and we locked ourselves into a hilarious bit where we had Mirror Force Dragon on the field, and whether they did anything to either target or attack, I'd wipe their board, they could bring something back, and we got into a loop for a bit. Did all right. Having Mirror Force for Mirror Force Dragon is nice, but sometimes you just want to set the Mirror Force just to scare your opponent because it's a set card. It is not a strong deck compared to a lot of the modern decks, but having said that, if you know what you're doing and you skill play it, you can still give them a headache. So yeah, there we go. That's the Dark Magician Girl deck, and see you next time.